So we're going to start this thing with like a bing, boom, bam kind of opener. And then cut to welcome folks to CTAS. I didn't like that. Welcome to CTAS, everybody. Show where unqualified people talk about things they have no understanding of.
That's right. Welcome back. Your host, Amos Elthus.
Elthus.
Elsa.
Sound like me when I was 15. Elseth. My
my
name is Amos Eltheth.
My bad. Can you say my last name?
Not that I'm mocking speech impaired people. I was one of them. I overcame. Mostly.
You overcame your
what? Thechnider?
Thechnider.
My co-host, Ben Thechnider.
Have you were you bullied as a kid for your last name?
No. My first name.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What would the kids say?
Anus. And it wasn't the kids. It was more the people I worked with when I started working on when I was a teenager.
Oh, gotcha.
We'd get bullied at home, though, by our siblings. I'm sure I participated in that bullying a little bit as well.
Yeah, that's funny. That is funny.
We get along now, more or less.
Welcome to another episode. Guys, we are just full of energy over here. Shooting this a little early than scheduled, but we wanted to make sure and get one ready for you guys for next week's episode. Amos is going to be out of town. Where are you going, Amos?
I'm going to Sin City.
Sin City.
Yeah. Not the Frank Miller comic, but the actual one where you gamble and I guess do other things. I've never been before.
Why do they call it Sin City?
Probably because there's a lot of sin there, I would assume. A lot of vice. I think it's self-explanatory.
So, I mean, is it based? I mean, it's not purely gambling is a sin. We've kind of beat that as a topic last week. We talked about it briefly, and we've talked about it previously on the podcast.
No, we talked about shorts being akin to gambling.
Right. But we have talked about gambling on the pod before.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sin City, Las Vegas.
Yep.
What are you going? You going to Sin?
No, unfortunately not. No, I think it's work. Yeah, work related.
Just work related.
SHOT Show. We're going to SHOT Show. We're filming stuff.
I've never heard of the SHOT Show.
We're shooting at SHOT. You've never heard of SHOT Show?
I'm not a big gun guy.
You know what, like CES?
CES.
It's the CES for guns.
Okay, but it's going to be like huge.
Firearms. The CES for firearms.
Okay.
Yeah, it's huge. It's like all the manufacturers, what they're doing now.
Oh.
Like the stuff, new stuff coming out.
That's what does it for you. You like that stuff.
I mean, yeah, there's something. Well, no, I'm going for work purposes.
Yeah, but you didn't shy away. We were like, oh man.
No, I was like, I want to go to SHOT Show. It's hard. From what I understand, it's hard to get in there.
Oh, really?
There will be a bunch of gun tubers walking around too. I'm sure can run into.
Yeah, you ought to hit them up and give them a card while you're there.
Yeah, just bring some cards along.
Yeah.
Spread the love in Vegas.
What is it with your fascination with guns? I've never understood that. I've got friends that
I have a fascination with
firearms.
Who said I have a fascination?
You do. In just talking with you, you seem to be knowledgeable.
I enjoy incredibly well engineered mechanical items.
Oh.
So you can put cars in there, you can put firearms in there, you can put cameras there. Like they're wonders. It's amazing what they can do. And if you look at like especially if you ever look at like Forgotten Weapons on YouTube.
No, what's that?
It's a guy who goes around to like museums and checks out old firearms. So he'll do a video on like an old Heckler & Koch or a puckle gun or, all through a firearms history. Ian McCullen. He's Gun Jesus.
Gun Jesus?
Gun Jesus. Yeah.
Go back and rename a couple of those items that you just mentioned that I'm not familiar with.
A puckle gun?
A puckle gun. What's a puckle gun?
I think it would be the first machine gun. It was made in the 1700s.
That wouldn't be a rail gun?
No, a rail gun runs on electromagnetic propulsion.
I just think when I think of a machine gun, I think of the definition of firing multiple rounds within.
So the puckle gun was, I believe, a rotary. I'm not sure the mechanics on it, but it was a rotary. It was like a Gatling gun, but in the 1700s with a single barrel.
Okay.
So it had like a rotary magazine type structure, and then that would I think it's been a while since I looked at one.
Right.
That's
We're not
that's
cla-
pretty deep into
We're not
firearms
claiming to
history.
be professionals here,
Yeah,
Amos.
that's pretty deep into firearms history. But what was the original question? Fascination with firearms?
No. Was a railgun a machine gun?
No. No, a railgun is a gun that a firearm that fire. Well, it's not even a firearm because it runs on electromagnetic propulsion.
See, I would not have even guessed.
Did you ever see the movie Eraser?
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Those were railguns. They were like sci-fi railguns.
But those are
rifles
more
that they would shoot out.
futuristic, though.
Yeah.
As in the projectile being shot out is not from gunpowder, you're saying?
Yeah, a railgun. What is, you have a row of magnets,
Yeah.
and then you have I think they use aluminum, which it's a non-ferrous metal, so I'm not quite sure how that works. But the projectile, I believe, is aluminum, and they apply a bunch of electromagnetic force, and it like fires the projectile down the barrel, drags it down the barrel,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
sends it out at like 10,000 feet per second or something.
See, I always thought it was an actual gunpowder in the shell
No,
shooting it. It was just
that's why you only see them in like sci-fi movies and games.
maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing when I say railgun versus
I mean, a Gatling gun.
Gatling gun.
Gatling gun is the one that came out late 1800s. That was like the crank hand.
Would a Gatling gun be
So it's like
considered
a mechanical minigun.
minigun?
I don't know if it'd be considered one because it's kind of like more like a Hellfire trigger. I don't think Gatling guns are NFA items.
I just remember when the invention of the railgun, the Gatling gun came to be. Like, it was almost, I mean, it changed warfare. I remember hearing.
Yeah, you're definitely talking about the wrong firearm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gatling gun.
But aren't you intrigued by mechanical wonders? Like, my point is, if you go back and look at older firearms from like the 1900s, when they started transitioning into semi-automatic and machine guns, how complicated the mechanisms were, versus when you get up to like an AR or something, or an AK-47, how simple the mechanisms are by comparison, like how well engineered they are, how like refined they brought them to be. Not that AKs are super refined, but yeah, it's pretty amazing.
I mean, yeah, somebody had to invent it. Somebody had to take the time and modify and tweak it a little bit. I mean, they're still doing that. Obviously, there's a whole convention about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a while since there's been any like major modern like updating of firearm technology, as far as the actual, it's like the internal combustion engine really hasn't changed in 100 years. It's the same basic principle and concept. Firearms kind of have the same thing for the last 100 years. They've just, everything's gotten refined, but there's no like major innovations that have happened.
Exciting stuff
that I'm aware of. Again, we're unqualified. So yeah, take it for what it's worth.
I'm sure we can get a gun specialist on here.
But like I said, we're working. So we'll be walking around shooting with cameras.
It's still fun
at SHOT Show.
Yeah, it's still fun to hang around. That's one of my favorite things to do is go to conventions as well as watch it on YouTube. Like random gadgets or whatever the case may be, or like we used to get in a really good habit of going to like a RV show or something.
An RV show.
Yeah. This is back in our traveling days before we actually, jumped and bought an RV. But we would just go and look at all the different campers. And
so was it more like, was it like I want, or was it like, ooh, cool designs?
It was more like nailing down what exactly what design or layout we could actually potentially live out of. Like, this isn't very practical. This is clearly, a vacation, model or whatever the case may be.
What kind of camper do I need?
Bro, you need two.
I need two.
You would need two with how many kids you have.
So like in tandem, or two vehicles, two trucks as well.
You could do tandem. I've seen them. Definitely, you need a very big truck to haul both of them. But
I guess Sidekick, or no, Top Kick, GMC Top Kick.
You could. I mean, you could do two vehicles though. You got two drivers.
That gets lonely.
Yeah. The only problem is for living out of it, right? You definitely for as many kids as you have, the square footage would eat at you.
See, I think we would get one of those the toy haulers that
Yeah.
have the bunks that go up and down and back,
Right.
and then on the back that'll lay down. That'll be a porch, the garage door.
Yeah, but still, you don't got enough space for all your kids, man.
Efficiency.
They need their own little space. Do you think that kids need their own
The
space?
great wide world is their own space.
Well, that's true too. But when they come back home, they don't need their own little
Children
corner.
have lives.
Do they have lives? What do you mean?
We were with some friends the other day, and the kids were going around to like band and sports and doing all the stuff, and the dad was kind of like, "Oh God, we got tons and tons of like every single afternoon's eaten up by taking kids somewhere." The mom's like, "Hey, they have lives too."
I mean, yeah, they do have lives.
Mm.
They have lives.
Does
I
a 10-year-old have? Does a 9-year-old have a life?
I think the passage of time is very differently for them.
But
And
but in regard to like they're out there doing their own thing, experiencing their own world, developing, building themselves. Yes, but from an autonomous standpoint, like I have my own life.
yeah, but once you get married though, it's very closely tied to your spouse.
Well, that's but then you're autonomous with someone else you've chosen to be with. But when you're 8, 9 years old, you're not autonomous.
They're
yet.
they're growing to be more autonomous.
Yes, that's the goal.
Yes.
Yeah. But it was just it made me think about it when it's like, well, they have their own lives.
Yeah,
He's
well,
9.
well, I mean, it's not like a magical switch is switched off and you're like, all right, now you're on your own. You're autonomous now.
That's not how it happened to you.
No, no. Well, yes and no. Yes and no. Is that how it happened to you?
I don't know because I've never lived alone
Ever?
ever.
I'm trying to think if I ever had. No, I always had either a roommate. Even when we were married earlier on, we had roommates. Just to pay for rent and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's still their autonomy. Do children have autonomy? I don't know.
I wouldn't ask Google. It's not.
No, I'm not gonna ask Google. I'm just thinking, like, with regards to what exactly does autonomy mean with regards to
Independence.
yeah, but you're
Not.
teaching,
You're obviously not financially independent, or you don't have your own. I mean, you're 9, but
but legally speaking, they're
you
not.
definitely don't have independence.
Yeah, you definitely don't have independence until you're 18.
But I get it way more when you're talking about a teenager, like your 15-year-old, like they have a life more so. They're like, again, it's a transitional thing. You transition,
I would assume that people with younger kids that have responsibilities like baseball or soccer, or I mean, to a certain point, they are somewhat autonomous.
Hmm.
Yes, you have to bring them to those places, but I mean, you don't have to be there. You can go drop them
Should
off.
be there to cheer them on. And
You
like,
go drop.
my dad's
I mean,
never at the
yes.
game.
Yeah, in a perfect world, but you could go drop them off. Anyway, now my algorithm's gonna be all about freaking guns now.
What, did you look something up?
Well, yeah, I looked up futuristic or whatever that channel was. That gun channel. Forgotten Weapons. Yep.
It's not futuristic.
Um,
It's very past looking.
Forgotten Weapons.
Although every now and then he'll probably be at CES, or sorry, he'll probably be at SHOT Show. I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should find him.
Should find Gun Jesus.
Gun Jesus and
Give him a card.
Give him a card. Ask it. I mean, if he calls himself that, or other people call
No,
him
that's
Gun
his.
Jesus?
That's what he's been labeled, monikered.
Oh, okay.
Because he's got really long hair, and he generally has like a goatee type thing. But yeah, he could pass for Jesus.
Okay.
At the school play or something.
Okay.
Or like,
just visually.
Yeah, visually.
Not that you know if he's a Christian or not.
No idea.
Okay.
But I assume.
You assume?
I think it'd be
Do you think a lot of
safe assumption.
Ooh. Do you think a lot of people just automatically living in a quote unquote, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole of being in a Christian nation or not, but like, do you think a lot of people just automatically assume that the people around them are Christians.
That's what 80% of Americans claim to believe in God.
Believing in God and being a Christian, I would say.
Well,
And
as an American, you're probably gonna your likelihood of falling into the Christian camp is a lot higher than any other religion.
yeah, I'm saying you just meet somebody off the street.
I wouldn't say it's my baseline. It depends on where I am. If I'm in New York, no. If I'm in Nacogdoches, yeah, I'd probably give it an 80% chance that you're Christian
Yeah.
or believe in God. Maybe not practicing, maybe not go to church. Probably not Mormon.
I wonder how that technically affects, just the way you interact with people on a day-to-day basis. Because I don't disagree with that. I think everybody walks around with, what is it,
Presuppositions.
that you can't really help but walk around with. And then
Preconceived notions.
Yeah, preconceived notions, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you see somebody else out there and you're thinking, well, they probably do believe at least similar to what I believe. Maybe not exactly, but
I'm sure not exactly.
yeah.
Do any of us believe exactly the same?
No, I don't think so.
Unless we believe what the pastor tells us.
I think there's definitely groupthink. Are they drinking the Kool-Aid or not?
Yummy Kool-Aid.
What's going on in the world this week, Amos?
Well, another news. Scott Adams died.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about Scott Adams.
He was the creator of Dilbert,
the
comic.
The
Dilbert.
comic.
Yeah, had in recent years had a bit more of a colored, controversial kind of. Some people hate him, some people love him, kind of thing. But yeah,
see, and I did. You were telling me about this the other day, and I did not know that backstory. I just thought that he got old and quit doing the comics.
No, he's. I think he did them right up until he passed.
Really?
Yeah.
And I remember watching, reading, so when we would go back to the States, we would always stop by like a Barnes and Noble or something. And because our parents were pro reading, I guess we would be a pro reading family. We could get whatever we wanted to, not necessarily to a certain degree, like 5 books or something like that to take us back overseas, right? And I would always pick up like I couldn't get all comic books or like a big folder of comics, but I got a Dilbert book that was a collection of X amount, whatever. Foxtrot, you remember Foxtrot?
No.
No?
I'd probably recommend.
It was like near like Calvin and Hobbes kind of stuff.
See, Calvin and Hobbes, that was my jam. That was the one that Far Side and Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah, and then Far Side
were the two that I was always. Gary Larson and Bill Waters.
Yep. But yeah, I remember Dilbert fondly, and and when we were back in the States, I remember seeing it in the newspaper. But you're saying that he got canceled at one point?
Yeah, because he was a lot of people labeled him a racist. I don't know enough about what he said to give really any comment on it, but yeah. So I think it got taken out of a lot of newspapers, and then he was just publishing. I know he's still publishing calendars and stuff.
Well, not anymore. He's dead.
No, but there was one from the 2026 calendar. Anyway, the reason I bring it up was because he did post a final letter on Instagram
before he died
that I found interesting.
Okay.
So it's kind of just basically a farewell, his books and stuff like that. But in the middle, he says, next, many of my Christian friends have asked me to find Jesus before I go. I'm not a believer, but I have to admit the risk-reward calculation for doing start over. Clip this. No. The risk-reward calculation for doing so looks attractive, so here I go. I accept Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, and I look forward to spending an eternity with him. The part about me not being a believer should be quickly resolved if I wake up in heaven. I won't need any more convincing than that. I won't need any more convincing than that, and I hope I am still qualified for entry.
Seems somewhat disingenuous.
So that's
Maybe
my
that might be your tone that you're delivering.
maybe. I mean, yeah, I need to work on my reading skills on camera. But I no, it's really more like
because he is known for satire,
it's a Hail Mary. Like it sounds like a Hail Mary.
right? But he's known for satire.
You think you think it's just straight up a joke?
I don't know. I mean, only God knows his heart.
So let's assume it's genuine.
Okay.
From the standpoint of like exactly what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Do Hail Marys count for salvation?
The Catholics sure believe that.
Okay. But we're not Catholic.
I don't know anything about just the outside of the Catholics' use of, say, X amount of Hail Marys, which I'm assuming is a prayer, an actual specific prayer that you repeat, and then the sports terminology.
Yeah, I'm
Like
going
with
with the sports
football.
terminology. Like you're just like the final like.
Okay, so
It's
so he's not saying actual like Catholicism Hail Marys
no
versus
no. I mean like he's
last ditch effort.
yes.
Okay.
You know. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
sinner's prayer on deathbed.
I think for him to go to the extra effort to post it on Instagram would definitely lean me more towards satire and
Well, he didn't.
mocking.
As far as I know, he didn't post it because it got posted after he died.
Oh, okay.
So whoever was running his Instagram account for him after that posted it because he made a final letter. Because he also talks about like the books that he's written and the things that he's done in his life.
Physical letter that he did not publish. Somebody else in his group after he died found it, published.
Well, no, I think he wrote it to be published upon his death.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's written to be published.
Sounds like Dilbert to me.
Normally, I'm the skeptic here.
Well, I mean, who am I to say? Who am I to say? Yeah, one thing that me and my wife kind of disagree on is the redemption aspect of like, can someone that's done horrendous crimes that's in prison, can they actually get redemption and salvation and be forgiven and go to heaven? And I would fall into the camp of yes. And I think
your wife's a hardliner.
I don't know if she's not probably not as hardline as I'm portraying it. Sorry, babe. But it's I'm always on the side of like, no, you need to, as Christians, we need to forgive them just as God forgave us of our sins, so that,
Well, it's not up to us to forgive them.
Well, I'm saying with regards to like not seeing them, it's not our job to forgive them.
Well, it depends on your definition of forgiveness, because a lot of people, like say modern Christianity, will define forgiveness as you absolve them of their sins and will like act like it never happened.
No, I'm not saying you act like it never happened, but the fact that I guess it boils down to I don't
forgiveness is like not holding internal anger, not holding it internally against them, but still you can punish and hold people to the consequences of their actions.
Maybe they're just going to a different tier in heaven.
I don't know. I don't. What are the tiers in heaven, huh?
I don't know. I think
some people claim there's tiers.
There very well may be tiers, but I just find it so fascinating because she is a Christian, and it's like, and she's not the only one. I don't want to make this,
But she's like, I just can't forgive that.
Yeah. It's just I know I think a lot of Christians are probably like that. It's like, not necessarily looking past the redemptive side of things or the repentant side of things and thinking that, they could actually repent from that.
Like they're set in their ways. So they're not capable of repentance,
or that
or
maybe
they're
it's not
undeserving
genuine.
of repentance.
Maybe they're undeserving. Yeah, and
None
I
of us
just
are deserving.
no, I know, I agree.
Not that I'm debating with your wife here, but
No,
through you.
I agree. I just think it's like, as Christians we should definitely not draw such a hard line in the sand.
Mm.
I guess is what I'm saying.
I mean, I totally agree with that. I'm
And just like, yeah,
But
it's
I do
just,
believe in holding people, accountable for their actions.
yeah, I'm not saying you go to prison for, say you have a sentence for 50 years and then after 10
He
years
said he was sorry.
he's a Christian and
He's a Christian. We got to let him out.
we let him out. I don't know about that.
Yeah, no, I don't either. Although, I mean, I'm not a big fan of prisons, so there aren't any prisons in the Mosaic Law.
What do you
There's
okay.
holding for trial and stuff like that, but there's no like sanctioned prisons. I mean, the New Testament and talks about like the debtor's prison and stuff like that, and there's clearly imprisonment through the Bible, but
Yeah, but that was enforced by Rome.
correct. And there was imprisonment in Israel as well, like because Isaiah was held in a well, basically.
Yeah, I mean more like sold off into, yeah, imprisonment or maybe sold off into
Yeah, and
slavery.
then obviously Joseph was imprisoned in Egypt, but in the Mosaic Law, there's no prison system.
Interesting. That is an interesting point of view.
So
I guess I
timeouts are unbiblical.
timeouts.
Yeah.
I get. I mean, what was a heinous crime that we would consider, or maybe other cultures in that day would consider imprisonment? What would they do?
It was either death or restitution or indentured servitude, give or take. Like obviously,
Yeah, but can't we draw a line to say that indentured servitude would essentially be imprisonment?
yeah, but at least you're doing something. I don't know. Like you're paying back the debt to the individual that you're indebted to. So if you steal, say you steal $10,000,
Yeah.
you don't have the either 20,000 or 50,000, 70,000 to pay back, depending on which structure you fall into, because you had to pay back certain amounts if you're caught versus if you admit it or whatever. Then you owe that person $70,000, $20,000 to $70,000 that you now have to pay back somehow. So there's like a maximum limit of 6 years of servitude, and then the 7th year you're released.
Oh, so the maximum quote unquote imprisonment you would be is 6 years.
Yeah. But then you're working for that person.
Well, yeah.
And obviously, that's probably not the best work environment.
No.
There could be negative things, but I think I'd take that over prison.
So
Hard time with all the other worst,
So
the
we
worst offenders of society.
we wake up tomorrow. The president's on the phone. He says, "Amos, I want to get rid of these prisons. I want to get rid of these. They're just a blight on our nation. What do you do? What do we do? What do we do, Amos?"
You'd have to enforce heavy consequences for crime. And we'd also have to get rid of all the things that aren't biblical crime too, like substance use and whatever. There's a ton of that that's like, it's not even in the Bible. Nobody went to jail for marijuana in the Bible.
Or, I mean, would that fall under being drunkards?
And also not a punishable crime in the Bible.
Yeah.
It's punishable if you harm someone in the process of being intoxicated. But that's because you harmed someone or you did some damage, not because you were intoxicated.
Right.
But you're still responsible for your actions.
Yeah, I kind of like this. Yeah. Yeah, let's take away. Let's get back to, it sounds like we're trying to make a call for like some pseudo, it's not Sharia law, okay?
No, don't put this. I would say call for getting back to slavery, but no.
No, definitely not. But that is a very interesting.
But they make them work in prison too.
Thought experience.
What do you think the license plates get made?
Oh, dude. Okay, I'm so glad we went there. So, saw it on a reel, saw it on a short somewhere. I don't know where I saw it from, but supposedly, these Waymo cars that they're driving around.
Are they
autonomously.
being driven by prisoners?
Supposedly they're being driven by prisoners.
Whoa.
You can apply, and if you have 0 wrecks within a certain amount of time, you can actually shorten your sentence. Now, that is not a fact. I have no idea where that source came from,
Wow.
but I thought that was very, very interesting.
Wasn't it the Amazon or someone who had that like self-checkout store where you just pick up your items and walk out the store?
Yes.
It's supposed to be all ran by AI.
Yeah, Amazon.
I think it turned out it was
'Cause
just a bunch of people in India
they
like
bought-
watching you through cameras.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I think Amazon, didn't they buy Whole Foods? And that's where they
Yeah,
implemented it.
yeah.
It was Whole Foods.
But it was a bunch of people in the developing world
That were
watching you
outsourced.
through cameras and then logging down everything that you picked up. There was no AI doing it.
See, and I like the idea of prisoners working versus farming it out to a third world country.
Well, maybe, but like the idea with the prisoners, like, oh, you're paying your debt to society. It's like, well, no, your debt is to the individual that you harmed.
Right.
And it depends on what you did. Obviously, like if you murdered someone, that's a different debt. But also that there was
A life debt.
there was only one way to pay that in the Bible.
A life for life.
Yeah, not that I'm saying that I'm pro death penalty, but that was Mosaic law.
Yeah.
And it was pretty clear about you need to remove the evil from your land, which is why you do it. It's not for the reason giving for doing it is not for like life for life necessarily. Well, it does say that, but I'm trying to think how to put this. It doesn't quite feel like it falls into the modern sentiment of revenge or getting him back or this or that. It's just because you did something so egregious by taking another person's life like you have to be removed from the land. You are cursed to be here
By death.
Yeah.
Or exile.
That exiling wasn't an
exile?
option, but it was just that, like, in order to cleanse this evil from the land, and it's not about your repentance, it's not about how sorry you are, it's not about how much you're loved by anyone else. It's just something so terrible happened.
Do you think they had
so abominable to God?
Do you think they had, under Mosaic law, do you think they had detectives?
Judges.
Yeah, but I know, but like
the judges were the detectives. There's a series.
Boots on the ground.
Like, it was the Cat Files, but in ancient Israel. Yeah, Sherlock Holmes in a robe with a long beard.
You think the judges were boots on the ground out there?
Yeah, that's what they did.
Okay.
They went around and they judged.
But I'm talking about.
I don't think they were taking fingerprints or anything, but
no. They weren't collecting DNA.
Yeah, so you're asking, like, was there like a separate investigator class of individual who would, report to the judge all that he knew?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
A little PI.
The Bible doesn't say.
A little PI out there. The Bible doesn't say a lot of stuff.
This is correct. A lot happened.
Yeah.
That couldn't be put down in the.
I was listening to
80 books.
I was listening to a debate, not necessarily a debate earlier, but a conversation earlier about the fact that Jesus didn't, warn people of social media, or warn people of electricity, or you know what I'm saying?
Or nerve gas.
Yeah, or
cars.
Bring it full circle, machine guns, or whatever the case may be.
Rail guns.
Yeah. And that, there's a lot in our world, especially present day, that we are knowledgeable of. Who's to say there's not an ever expanding universe that has other qualities to it that that's just not mentioned in the Bible, such as, and I think this was the context of aliens or the Greys.
Okay.
As to say, well,
unless you think they're demons.
Yeah, I'm kind of going. I personally am going further away from thinking that they're demons, and thinking that there may potentially be, some other race out there.
Species.
Some other species. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think much of it.
You don't think much?
I don't think much of aliens.
I mean, I don't dwell on it.
Yeah.
I don't dwell on it, but it's
Think it's Planet
definitely
X. They're coming by on Planet X every now and then.
the Anunnakis.
Yeah, dropping off
Maybe,
trays.
maybe.
Hmm.
I think our world, our universe, is a lot more complex than the scientific method will even attempt to prove. I think it's so much more complex, and just with regards to what we don't know, I think there's so much more.
Science would admit that, though.
But I mean,
Science does admit. Well, not. I mean, scientists.
scientist,
Science is an inanimate object, so
right?
it's not even an object. It's a concept.
Scientist.
The people who do science would admit that there's lots that they don't know, but the things that they think they know, they're pretty well set on.
Yeah, great, great. I just think there's like multiple layers deep that we just don't comprehend.
Mm.
And I don't, do you think when you get to heaven you'll be just have an open checkbook to ask God whatever you want about the universe and he'll answer?
No idea.
Yeah. I
Does he got time for that?
Will you have time for that? Or will you just be blown
Well,
away?
I mean, we're like a single individual entity, whereas like God is.
Maybe you just get a download.
Do you think God has too much to do? You think it's one of those things where, hey, he ain't got time for you?
I think he definitely has time for
I
us.
think he's got time for everybody.
I think that's kind of the Christian path is would say that yes, God has time, that he's always speaking. You're just not slowing down enough to listen,
Gotcha.
right? So maybe you do just get like a download.
Matrix style.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, all right, God.
I know everything now.
Yeah, but Adam and Eve didn't know everything.
Well, they weren't in heaven.
I know, but that was supposed to be the model of what he wanted his
You don't think they had a
creation.
download when they ate the fruit, knowledge of good and evil? Just like boom, they know everything.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm spitballing.
Maybe that's it. Maybe he'll take away all that knowledge and you won't know you want to know
You're just like
that you won't know.
a cow out there eating grass, unaware of everything going on around you.
Maybe it's the reverse effect. Nah, I refuse to believe that. The human race is way too, like, I mean, we're inquisitive,
How do you know that's not your brain though? That you now don't have
because
because your body's dead.
it's my soul. It's deep down
How do you know that?
longing. It's deep down like questioning, wanting to know what this path is all about.
But how do you know that's coming from your soul and not your brain?
'Cause I don't know. Are you saying that it's not?
I don't know.
I don't
I'm
know either.
asking.
I don't think scientists could tell you if it's coming from your brain or from your soul
Or your
or
heart.
from your spirit or from your heart. Yeah. I don't know.
The heart wants what the heart wants.
The heart wants what the heart wants. Yeah, so Dilbert. What
It wasn't my favorite comic.
it wasn't?
No.
What was your favorite comic? Calvin and Hobbes?
Calvin and Hobbes. And
Yeah.
Farside. Farside is still just like far and away classic.
Yeah.
It just has aged so well.
Yeah. And I mean it continues to just you can go back to that's what I love about those is that you can really go back to them over and over and time again. I've got stack books of comic books that my kids grew up, from my childhood that my kids watch or read and just stand the test of time. Maybe that's maybe that's going into a lost art. Comic books.
Well, now they'll just all be made by AI.
Yeah.
AI comic strips. Has anyone done that? I'm sure someone's done that.
I mean, I've played around with it.
Hmm.
Played around with it. I don't know how cohesive you can actually like train it to go through.
Well, how much input do you have to, how much directing do you have to do, prompting in order to, do you have to create the story or can you have it create the story for you? I'm sure you can, but it'll be generic as all get out.
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't need to go down that rabbit hole.
No. Um, there was a new development in AI that I did find out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's called Notebook LM. Supposedly, you can plug in a source, such as a YouTube video, and it's a learning model that will pull just information from that source, and it'll give you infographics. It'll give you all kinds of different stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, very very interesting, and supposedly it's way better than ChatGPT. And
So what's the use case?
um, say like you're a up and coming podcast that's only been out for like a year, a little over a year, and
For example.
for example, and you have to, every week you have to put out an episode. You have to drum up content, um, maybe design thumbnails and things like that. It will begin to learn off of just your source material versus just shooting a dart into AI and telling it to produce what you want it to produce.
So what is it producing for you?
Like I said, it'll produce like different infographics. It'll give you a synopsis of episodes,
Gotcha.
breakdowns. I mean, probably if I'm reading this right or watching this right, it's probably something that um, you're just training it specifically on this particular source. I mean, we're not using AI to its fullest extent. Obviously, we don't have like our own, language models independent of the world, and we're not going down that rabbit hole. But this is a step towards kind of training just this one language
Your
model.
own like content agent,
Yeah, yeah,
basically.
yeah. I thought it was very interesting, dude. I think I heard something today. I'm trying to think. Was it on Rogan? Maybe. Anyway, that somebody was on there talking about how Chat GPT 5 is only like 25% better than Chat GPT 4, but it was like exponentially more expensive to
Yeah.
keep on
Like
upgrading it.
most technology when you
And
start
that
hitting
and that the curve of AI is really starting to plateau over time. That there and essentially they were saying that it's not going to be doing what we think it's going to be doing. Like it's going to plateau and just kind of plug in the gaps of cost saving methods and things like that. I thought that was very interesting.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean that it's kind of hopeful, for those doomsday
We're not all
AIers.
going to be
Yeah,
entirely replaced and useless.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
We'll still have purpose.
We'll still have purpose. You'll still need a human interface for most things, right? And it'll just kind of plug in the whole. And we're kind of seeing it in our own industry, in the podcast and editing industry. It's really just kind of plugging in holes where last year, 2 years ago was you'd have to pay somebody to do this. You'd have to
Or do it yourself.
or do it yourself, and it would take hours.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, things like AI background removal.
Yeah.
It's like rather than rotoing all that out.
Dude, that Canva freaking background removal.
Yeah, I know. It works phenomenally. Just like boom, it's gone.
Yeah, you don't even need a degree in Photoshop. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So I thought that was very interesting that their take was that what they're seeing is that it's plateauing and that it's not going to be this catastrophic, Terminator effect.
Or I mean, not even Terminator. Just we're all Wally.
I think what happened is because it's not AI, it's not artificial intelligence. That's the problem. They
Yeah, it's a miss. It's
they branded it wrong. It is yes, it is very, very intuitive and responsive, but it's not artificial intelligence. It's not this massive like consciousness I'm starting to
It's
fall.
not AGI, artificial general intelligence.
Right.
It's not that,
Yeah. And
which is now the
so
term everyone's using. You have AI and you have AGI. And
I think with
LLMs, large language models, fall into AI.
yeah, exactly. And so I think the marketing was probably genius for the fact of like the hype of like, oh, this is artificial intelligence, this is AGI or whatever, right? But it's not what they said it was going to be.
Mm. Imagine that marketing misled us.
Marketing misled us. I tell you what.
It's never happened before. Mm.
Uh,
So what else is going on over there?
well, I'm just trying to think what else has been going on in the world. I do want to make a shout out. On the first episode back in 2026, that we released last week, we mentioned wanting to get some potential guests for the future. This guy, I mentioned it, I didn't know his name. He is actually, I believe, out of uh, Burleson, Texas, which is not too far from us. His name is Pastor Troy Brewer. Hey, buddy, if you want to come on the pod, just let us know. We will make it happen. My uncle actually has stopped by there, knows him. He lives near him. So here's a call out to this guy. He he's like obviously he's a pastor out there. Really interesting guy and had some really interesting experiences with regards to portals.
Portals.
Yeah. Interesting stuff.
Like interdimensional or
Yeah, like some blurry stuff, some blurry creature stuff.
transversing space
And time, maybe. But
and
yes.
time. Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So just wanted to give a shout out. I have a note over here to give a shout out to him. See if we can make that happen.
Mm.
Why? What do you got? You got anything else? You got anything else for this episode?
No,
You didn't bring anything else. Just your Dilbert.
just my Dilbert.
Just your Dilbert and your.
You asked me the question the other day.
Oh, I did. I did
You
want to
asked me a
comment.
question.
I did want to comment. You're looking sharp. You got a haircut today. You're looking sharp.
Thank you.
I am 100% jealous because obviously I cannot grow hair on the top of my head, and just to have
You could get a toupee.
get a toupee.
There are options out there for
Hey, listen. I would probably go to the Turkey to get the hair transplant versus doing a toupee. I think that's a little too
Did
drastic.
you see that guy who got a hair transplant and like his whole head swelled up and
Probably because he got on an airplane way too fast.
Mm.
I've heard of that.
Well, you should spend some time in Turkey. I mean,
Yeah, I would love to.
Istanbul.
But Turkey is supposedly the place to go to get the hair plugs. But I think doing it that way would be less jarring, right, for the general population versus just one day.
Is that your concern? Is jarring people when Dan walks in?
Coming into work.
Dan walks in with hair. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, what work? Yeah, right.
Yeah. Coming into work and be like, whoa, okay, well, we're doing this.
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
doing that. I mean,
Toupee.
I fully support your life choices.
No, don't support a toupee. We wanna get this podcast making money so I can go to Turkey and get me some real hair. My own real hair. Huh? That's the way to do it, right? But yeah, so you're looking good in the new haircut.
Thank you.
I'm jealous because I once again I cut my own hair, shave my head because I'm practically bald anyway. It's just a lot easier.
You use a straight razor?
No, I don't use a straight razor. I use a Freebird, 5 prong.
You don't want like the cool look of like I shave my head with a straight razor.
I have done it before, but it takes a long time. It takes a long time, and I don't have. I got this really bad mole back here.
Ooh.
That always
Straight razor can solve that.
Yeah, real fast. Always gives you some problems.
Just keep shaving that thing down.
No, there's blood everywhere. No, I'm not doing that.
Eventually, it'll go away.
Oh no. But I don't have the luxury of like going to a barber or even having my wife cut my hair to be like, yeah, give me a high and tight. Give me a chili bowl this time.
Mhm.
I'm curious because your wife does cut your hair practically the similar every time. What if you were to go into a barber though? What would you call this?
What is it? It's a little long right now. It's a little long right now, but I would call this the Leonardo DiCaprio in The Departed.
Oh, interesting.
At least that's what I told the
Trying
barber
to
when I
think.
got it the first time in 2007 or whatever.
The Leo and
But it's too
Departed.
it's too long right now to be that.
I could see that. Yeah, except he uses clearly some product in his hair.
Does he?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
He's definitely got
well, let's get some product.
some gel. He's got the little spike.
Yeah, yeah. It's a little spike in the. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's a little long, but yeah. Normally, so that when I wet it down, like lift it up, it'll have like a little ridge and stay up right there. Right now, it's a little limp.
The Leo look. Okay.
It's a little
Okay.
flaccid.
A little flaccid. I don't know if we can say that. Well, it's whatever. Um,
We've said worse things on here.
yeah, we have. That's funny. Okay. The Leo look, huh?
The Leo look.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about uh giving young children crazy haircuts?
Like mohawks.
Yeah.
Fine.
Or mullets or whatever the case
Well,
may be. I mean,
mullets are just that's just
what?
not classy.
Oh, you don't think the mullet's coming back?
No. Well, I mean, whether it does or not, just because something's trendy doesn't make it classy.
How long does it have to be before it's classy?
Something's never.
Because I mean,
Or you like that business in the front, party and back.
I don't personally care for a mullet, but I have seen. I'm alive in
It's like
the
a
year
beard on the back of your
2026.
head.
Yeah, but I see it coming back in pop culture.
Do you? Who?
Oh
Who
yeah,
will do this?
a lot of famous people have mullets.
Famous people?
I mean, even our lead worship pastor has somewhat of a mullet. It's not as extreme as
I
like
guess
the
he kind
90s.
of does.
It's not like the 90s mullet, but it's a mullet back.
You know what really also I annoys me? I don't like that like long on top and then tightly shaved around the sides. It just bugs me.
Like a Peaky Blinders?
Not even that, because that's clean. It's when you have like the messy top and the shaved sides.
How long we talking on the top?
I'd have to see a
We
photo.
gotta put it in a bun.
Like a messy mop.
Oh,
Not a bun. Like just
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
if
I get what you're
even with
saying.
this haircut, if this was just all of a sudden tight right here
Yeah.
and there was no transition,
Right.
yeah, it just bothers me.
That bothers
Like the
me.
Peaky Blinders, like everything is well neat and kept up here.
Uh-huh.
And so it kind of flows together. Not that I'm a huge fan of that haircut either, but yeah.
Huh. Just
The
bothers
shaved
you.
side of the head, I don't like it.
Yeah, but what do you think about so what I'm getting at though with the original question of children and
Crazy haircuts.
crazy haircuts is on one hand obviously more than likely the child wanted that haircut anyway or whatever. But like future like there's going to be record of that child.
You gotta have some fun when you're that age. Like, why not? Like, you're not in that world where your job cares what your hair looks like and you have to be all professional and whatnot.
Yeah.
Let your kids get face tattoos.
You never went to a public school
This is true.
where like I remember getting in trouble for my hairstyles. I think I dyed my hair green one year.
You don't get in trouble for that anymore. I'm sure.
No, not anymore. But I'm curious when that
You dyed your hair green.
I've done a lot of
You
wacky
painted
things.
your bald head green. Like, what?
Oh no, I had hair back then.
Okay.
I had hair back then. But my mother did, bless her heart, she did give me my first like full mullet, like not a mullet, a mohawk. Like it was a legit mohawk with Liberty spikes and everything.
Nice.
That was the last time I had a full head of hair.
Mm.
But yeah,
Got struck by lightning.
she actually sat there and She's like, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Once we cut it, once you shave it, it's gone."
It's cool is like the mohawk where it's like shaved, but you still have it on the sides, but it's like got a mohawk in the middle and then
Faux hawk.
trenches. Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's the faux hawk.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Big in the early 2000s. Coming out of like the punk rock phase into the more the pop punk.
I was never
emo.
punk rock.
Oh, we know. We know. We know, Avis. You were never punk rock.
What was I, in your estimation? If we know so
A
much.
hick.
A hick.
I think so. I think.
A hick.
I don't know. You give off like hick energy.
What does that mean?
Oh. It's not. It's
Hick
different than
energy.
it's different than a shit kicker energy, and it's different than white trash energy. It's like
I get white trash energy.
or redneck.
I don't know what shit kicker energy is either.
Oh, you would know it if you saw it. It would definitely. It's the belt buckles. It's the boots.
Oh,
the Hurley.
yes. So,
It's the Hurley.
cowboy.
Sorry, guys, if anybody out there is
Showy cowboy.
yeah, showy cowboy. Right,
Yeah.
right. Like, but the boots are not worn to actually.
Yeah, those boots have been on a barn.
Right, in my opinion,
Yeah.
that's what a shit kicker is. And then you got your rednecks would fall under the mullet category.
I'd put that in the white trash category.
Yeah, but they're different. I think rednecks aren't necessarily because
How is their neck red? They have a mullet. It's covering up the neck.
I agree. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Ask who's the famous comedian?
Theo Von.
No, the country back in the day, he had a mullet. You might be a redneck.
Oh, Jeff
Foxworthy.
Foxworthy.
Yeah. So see,
He had a vague mullet though.
well, back in his heyday, I think
Maybe
it was
full blown.
it was
Okay.
pretty good.
I mean, this crossover. Hick energy though. Like, what does that mean?
It's not hillbilly.
It's close though. They're cousins.
They're cousins, right? So it's like, I don't know,
Dang,
man.
this is like a revelation to me.
I don't think it's bad.
It sounds bad.
No. It's a little country, a little like, it's
She's just a country bumpkin.
yeah, but it's not. It's like I said, it's not hillbilly. Like when I think of hillbilly, I think we're just blasting everybody today. When I think of hillbilly, I think of like poorly educated,
Appalachia.
yeah, or Arkansas.
Yeah.
Parts
of Arkansas.
No,
It's
parts of
secluded parts where they don't get much
no,
TV there.
no, or internet.
Yeah. But now they can get Starlink.
Yeah, that's
And the
true.
hillbillies will be like getting educated.
Yeah, I don't mean you to take it defensively. Hick energy. It's like a hick energy to me. Like you could probably ride a horse. You could probably know your way around a horse.
I can ride a horse.
Yeah. Probably pretty handy around a farm. Maybe it's more of a farmer. Yeah.
Farmer energy. I like that more.
Farmer. Yeah. But that kind of
farm boy energy.
I'm not going to call you a farm boy.
My wife will.
But like if you were to if I were to like describe it, yeah, it's definitely farmer energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hick is just like it's right in between like hillbilly and white trash. Like it's probably the marriage between the two.
Yeah, but I think
my estimation.
but then you got like a sconch of like either Mennonite or Amish in there. I don't know.
Me?
Yeah, I don't know.
A little dusting on top.
Yeah. How about me? Now I'm really asking for it.
Lord.
Now I'm really asking for it. I'm just opening it up for
definitely some grunge.
Grunge? Okay, I'll take that.
Grunge.
Okay.
A little steampunk.
Okay.
Little edgelord, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
Little extra.
Little extra. Okay.
See,
all those. I guess I hit.
I mean, you come in with a beanie and gauges, and like, what am I supposed to?
Yeah. I just don't think of hick as derogatory, and you know what I mean.
I do.
Clearly. Well,
like, what are you, a hick?
I wonder what the etymology. I'm gonna get right down
It's
to it.
probably from like hickory wood or something.
The word hick comes from the old nickname Hikke, hike, hick, for the name Richard, popular in the 14th century, later evolving to mean a simple, awkward country person or someone from a small town.
So yes, hick energy is simple, awkward country person.
You are from the country.
I am simple.
Uh, yeah. Very,
I definitely awkwardly read that Scott Adams letter earlier. So
okay. Yes.
I'll accept it. I won't like it, but I'll accept it.
Yeah, I like I said, in my world, in my purview, it's not derogatory.
Mm.
Although Google is telling me the exact opposite, that it is
Okay.
derogatory.
Well, I take back the edgelord statement then.
Okay. Um,
You're
golly.
not an edgelord. That's not accurate at all. Did you go
Someone.
through a goth phase?
Oh, oh, oh! I had to bring in some photos of me. I wouldn't call it necessarily a goth
Like
phase. Definitely heavy metal.
black nail polish?
Yeah, black nail polish, black hair. Hated the world.
Black beard?
No, yes. But that was after I lost my hair, so I didn't have the top
You're
hair.
running out of options.
I was running out of options for my
What is a bald goth anyway?
for my mom's marriage, for a second marriage. I remember it as I had just, I mean, probably a couple weeks before, dyed my beard. It was a lot shorter, but it was jet black. I mean, just, yeah.
Mm.
And then there I am in the photos, just because I was not happy about the marriage at all. I was like, how could my mother remarry?
So you were that
How
kid in the
dare
corner
she?
going through the goth phase in the family photos.
Yeah, but this is clearly after I probably should have been, because I was like 18, 19 at the time. So I was still carrying that. I still carry a little bit of it. Somebody asked me the other day about my gauges, and I was like, yep, they are definitely probably still part of my identity. I don't know.
They go all the way through?
All the way through. They're not fake. They're not fake, folks. They're real. I was curious about edgelord, coming from an internet slang, first appearing online in 2013, describing someone who adopts an exaggeratedly dark, provocative, and nihilistic persona to seem cool or shocking, often online gaming and form. I mean, I'm not as active in the forums, gaming for sure. So yeah, I'll
See, I think of edgelord as someone who's really into Zack Snyder films.
often. I like Zack Snyder films. I listened to how was this made, and they did the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League, and it was actually one of the better episodes of.
His cut is better, yes.
Well, no, I'm saying the podcast,
Oh.
how it was made. It was really good episode, because they actually watched all of the DCU leading up to it, and then
That's a lot of homework.
yeah, and then watch the original Justice League, and then watch his cut of Justice League. Which, of course, I turned around and immediately made my family watch the shorter version of Justice League, and threatened them that next weekend we might be watching the Zack Snyder's cut, because they'd never seen it.
Did that threat come to pass?
Not yet.
No.
That was last weekend. we might have to fulfill that tomorrow. But I will say the Zack Snyder cut is broken up into more
chapters
where
it's more episodic. Well, it's more like episodes of TV.
Yeah, it's like a mini series.
Yeah,
you could probably just
only 4 hours long. You should watch it on your CRTV, your old tube, because that's the aspect ratio. It's in a 3x4.
Yep,
4x3.
Yeah, I forgot he did that. Been a couple years since I've seen that. Might have to pull it out this weekend. We'll see. Yep. That's really all I had today. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on in the world. that
That's always happening though.
well, it's just, why do people get so riled up about politics and just,
Because if you don't take an interest in politics, politics will take an interest in you.
I think that's just a cliche.
Yeah. There's somewhat of a truth.
We had a conversation with somebody who's been on the show. I won't name them because I don't know. We don't really like to go political, but they called me and they wanted to come on the show and they wanted to talk about politics and what's going on in the world and what's going on with this ICE situation and protests and all this stuff. And I'm just like, I don't, it's not, I hate to say it, but it's not affecting me and it's not affecting my bubble
Yet.
yet.
But that's the whole thing about, like, they came for the Jews and I said nothing. They came for the blacks and I said nothing. They came for the gays and I said nothing. And then when they came for me, there was no one there to defend me. Like, that's literally like
I agree.
leaning into that trope. Well, that's not affecting me yet.
I know. And so so what should my response be when I'm willfully staying out of it. I don't go out and seek news or information about it, but it permeates into my bubble.
Like, not getting hung up and constantly watching the 24-hour news cycle and letting it dictate your life. That's important. But also being aware of current events in the world is not bad as long as it doesn't give you anxiety.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's what it
Consume
was.
you.
Maybe that's what it was, is that there was definitely a certain point of time that it would consume me or was consuming, and I just cut it off completely. Maybe it's time to just slowly.
You know your own tendencies where you're like, I'm going to really get too deep into this.
Yeah, maybe. I would much rather watch a 2-hour long episode on alternate history and how they're lying to us versus paying attention to what's,
because has nothing to do with politics.
yeah. But you get what I'm saying? It's like it's just not. Maybe it's just not interesting to me. Like I'm aware, but like I don't really have a comment on it. Does that make sense?
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, you guys want us you guys want us to get more political in the podcast? We'll see.
Have a debate.
The Vatican, and this is something that definitely we can dive into on later episodes, though.
What about yeah, go ahead.
The Vatican has an observatory in Arizona.
Okay.
They own a, you get what I'm saying with regards to the observatory?
Like, it looks at stars?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they own.
What else do you observe at an observatory?
I don't know. I'm just making sure our audience knows that we're on the same page.
No.
Yeah, I thought that was very, very interesting that, like, what the crap is the Vatican doing owning an observatory in Arizona? Like, what's going on?
Maybe we should investigate this. Maybe you should put together a whole thing.
Yeah,
let's go investigate the Vatican.
Okay. But just do it stateside?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't even know if you can get close to it.
Is it like a top secret area or something?
Well, no, I don't think. I think if I did enough digging, I could definitely find it. But supposedly they co-own and operate it's called the Vatican Advanced Technology Telescope. It's a high resolution instrument designed to study faint and distant objects in deep space. But I don't understand.
Are you sure it's not just like a sponsorship, like the Minute Maid Stadium or something?
They just slap their name on it.
I mean, they got a lot of money.
I don't know, man. It's just really, really interesting. There's so much hidden knowledge that the Vatican has in its archives, and probably deeper than that goes back again to that. Will we ever know?
Unless that's what they want you to think.
You think so?
Could be. I don't know.
Well, you don't think there's some crazy stuff
hidden
over there?
Knowledge? I mean, they've been around for a while. It's likely. They say there's claims of it, but they seem more powerful if you think they do.
Yeah, we kind of talked about this the other day with regards to when people say certain groups are in charge of government, how hard it is for you to kind of get behind something like that because it's such a obsolete statement, right? It's such a
So
defining.
nebulous,
Yeah,
or it's like the semantics of it aren't clear.
right. Well, and for one, it's supposed to be jarring from that person. They're attempting to, XYZ runs the government, man. Nobody's really in power. Um, it's supposed to jar you. It's supposed to grab your attention so that you listen to them.
That's
But
what
also,
propaganda does.
yeah, I know. But also, like,
Hype, hype.
you have to acknowledge that there are more than likely potentially a lot of underlying influences that are major players in the world.
Yeah, it's literally lobbying.
Well, even deeper than lobbying. Lobbying is what we know they do in above ground.
Yeah, obviously there's influences flowing around behind the scenes. Yeah, of course.
Put
But
up
like
people in place.
when it's like you have a mastermind who controls the whole world,
Yeah,
the
I don't
ins
agree
and
with
outs
that.
of every country and everything going on. Like, no.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. But I think that
Well, maybe,
maybe,
but no,
maybe,
but maybe.
maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Only God knows.
Hmm. Any closing thoughts?
No,
What's
just
our,
stay
what's our structured closer for this now that we're
stay vigilant, stay awake, stay alive. Don't get sucked into the drama that's going on in this world. Don't act out of fear. Know your place.
know your place?
Yeah. Yeah, know your
Those
place in the
seem
universe.
contradictory.
Know your place in the universe.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think a lot of people carry around unneeded baggage or anxiety just based solely on the news cycle or
That I
events
agree with.
events that's going on
Things
in the world.
outside of your control.
Yeah, outside of your control. Just
Hmm.
let it go, man. It doesn't need a. You don't need to stress about these things. Yes, there is wrong
But when
and
you see
bad.
injustice in the world and you don't do anything,
I think there's injustices in the world locally that are probably more pressing than globally.
hmm.
And I think that's the problem. Is that we get too stirred up with global things versus we don't get stirred up enough about local things.
Okay.
Call to action.
Hmm.
Go vote for your local government,
City council.
your city councilman.
Hmm.
Next week, I think we might have to get a guest in here. Yeah, this has been fun, and we're gonna come back to this. No, we are. We're
I'm
gonna come back to
a
this.
little too hick and you're a little too edgelord
Yeah,
for us to be.
yeah. But yeah, we're probably gonna start getting some rolling some guests in here, some friendly faces that we want to talk to, want to hang out with, and have a lot of fun with.
Yeah, sounds good.
Don't
Thanks.
forget to like and subscribe and leave us a comment, please. For all the beans in the world, please leave us a comment. Um, I genuinely want to know what these people think about the show. So
These people,
yep, these people,
the viewers.
the viewers.
What do we call our viewers?
We don't have a name for the viewers
I
yet.
gave you one the other day, but you didn't like it.
What'd you give me? Oh, was it explicitive?
Yeah,
Oh, what'd
it's
you
not
say?
accurate. It's
What'd you
not
say?
accurate.
No. It's just like me calling you a hick. It's like, with all the love in the world,
Shitheads.
shitheads. Duh. Hey, if you guys want to pick that moniker up, you're more than welcome to. But we're not going to call you shitheads.
No, not to your
No.
face anyway.
Not to your face.
All right, this has been CTAS. Thanks
See
for
ya.
tuning in. Just sitting right on top of each other with that one.
That's all right.
Wait your turn.
Wait my turn. We're gonna do